Hi guys, it's me, and I am first off going to start with apologies for not getting a video uploaded today. I had a fail. I did something stupid. So, I did do a video yesterday, one like this in my room, and it was pretty much the same exact weather. Gray, rainy. So, I did do a video yesterday, so I did do a vlog. Problem is, today, while I was at work, I deleted it without realizing it. And you're asking, how did that happen? Today, I had to go in at work at 9:30 because the store now opens at 9:30. Sorry, my hair is like poofing because of the weather. So I went in at work at 9:30, got dropped off around 9 because I went to Starbucks and I got a hot chocolate because I'm tired and it was cold. So I got a hot chocolate and I was killing time and I went to Target because I didn't get Verner's like I had planned. Instead, I was bad. Instead, I got... Go away. Okay, fine. Scan now. I don't know what you're scanning for. Instead, I got this and this. And I'm really mad because this was supposed to be 15% off. And before I even got the cards, which I really shouldn't have gotten the cards, I went to look around because I want to see if they had their Christmas stuff up. And instead, I found a plush BB-9E, which is the new evil version of BB-8 that's going to be in The Last Jedi. And I freaked out because I have this BB-8. I have BB-8 right here. And I love him. And he's squishy. And I would love... And I saw BB-9 and I'm like, oh my gosh! I freaked out. I took a picture of him and I posted it on Instagram saying I will get this. I'm probably not going to get him unless I can find him somewhere cheaper. He's like $40. So... I did it and I posted it to Instagram, and then at work today, one of the slow moments, I usually go through and I delete the pictures I take from my phone so that I have more space on my phone. And I didn't realize it till I got home to post today's video, yesterday's video that I filmed today. I deleted the video from yesterday. So that's why this video, you are not getting anything from me until Wednesday. I am so sorry. I apologize a lot. It was horrible. Mostly what I was talking about was like Christmas stuff because Christmas! Yeah, Sunday night, that was the Good Witch Halloween special, which was awesome. I love the Good Witch. And then it was followed by the Countdown to Christmas preview show where they showed clips from some of the movies. And I tweeted a couple times during it. And pretty much every single one of my tweets got liked, or retweeted. And Hallmark Channel did like all 3 of them. So my phone was going off like and it was going off this morning too with alerts from Twitter from people who were liking my tweets. And pretty much the tweet that got the most likes was a comment that my 2 favorite Countdown to Christmas movies, new movies they're doing this year, is going to be, what is it? The Mistletoe... Yeah, The Mistletoe Inn with Alicia Witt, and then Finding Santa with Jodie Sweetin. And the reason I feel that I'm going to like those so much is they both involve writers. And that one got like the most likes and retweets, and then the second most liked and retweeted one was the one where I said, thank you, Countdown to Christmas. This week when I'm working at the Halloween store, I'm going to be singing Christmas carols in my head. Like, literally, today, my head was going, jingle bells, jingle all the way, and quickly switching to Away in the Manger, followed by White Christmas, followed by all the other Christmas songs I know in my head when we were slow. And I wasn't reading on my phone. Shh, don't tell anybody. I even wore Christmas socks today. I am not kidding. Where did they go? They're right here. They're inside out. Sorry, that's not the view you wanted to see. Well, I'm frantically... I'm not kidding. I wore these to work today. Nobody could see. They have Christmas trees on. This is what I wore to work today. And before you call me crazy, I'm not crazy. Officially, Countdown to Christmas on Hallmark Channel starts this Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock p.m. That is when they will start showing nothing but Christmas movies. Cha-ching! Yay! I'm so excited. So I know what I'll be watching when I'm not watching Star Wars Rebels, or working on my fan fiction, or watching Star Wars, or watching Once Upon a Time. Ah, shoot, Once Upon a Time. I'm really curious about that. So, I'm excited. Christmas movies, yay! The first new one airs this Saturday. It's called Marry Me at Christmas. And I'm like, flutter, 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 flutter. My heart is like going ba-bump, 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 ba-bump. I'm so excited. Christmas, like, you guys, for those of you who watched last year, if you're new to my channel, hi, which I don't think I have very many new people, but hi. You guys will be sick of Christmas by the time it's actually December because it is going to be Christmas crazy. Officially, though, I cannot start playing any Christmas music. I cannot start decorating for Christmas. I cannot really start doing anything like that until after Desert Bus, which is going to be so awesome and fun. If you guys have never checked out Desert Bus, you should definitely go check it out. It is amazing. It is an awesome charity event. I like it better than any other charity event they do this time of year. So, Desert Bus for Hope, it is amazing, and it supports a great charity called Child's Play. And it's so cool. So, yeah, so Christmas is coming. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm already prepping for Christmas. I went out and got more garland. I'm going to start sewing pillowcases soon, and hopefully I'm going to talk to my mom and see if next Wednesday we will go to Bronner's because my mom has Wednesdays off. And it'll be November 1st, and it'll be a great time to go because Halloween will be over, and I don't want to go into work next Wednesday after being at the store till 6 o'clock to hand out treats. Of course, I'm worried that I might not have a ride home that night because my dad doesn't get out till 9, and I don't think my mom gets out till 9 either. Oops! I didn't think this through, and so my dad thinks he gets out at 9, so, but... yeah, today and yesterday it's been kind of dreary. I think we're off a flood watch. We were under a flood watch, flood advisory, but it was really bad. It's really rainy and pouring. In fact, it was so bad last night that I was afraid that I wouldn't catch Rebels last night because we lost power for 3 hours here. This apartment complex, the lights outside, we had no power in this little block area, and... we don't know what happened. The lights were like flicker, 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 bye. So luckily it was only 3 hours, and the power consumers took forever to get out here, sadly, but power did come back on around 8:30. It stayed on, so it was funny because as soon as the power came back on and it stayed on, my mom's like, quick, charge everything. So this entire outlet right here, this little outlet area, I had my phone plugged in, I had my computer plugged in, I had my portable Blu-ray player plugged in, I had my 3DS plugged in, I had one phone plugged in, then I plugged in this phone, I had everything I could fit plugged in, and I also even had my Kindle plugged in. So I had everything I possibly could plugged in charging. Because I was so terrified that I was not, I set my alarm for 7 o'clock, and then I set my old phone for 7:30 because I was afraid that the power would go out in the night. But luckily, hasn't gone back out. It's holding, which is great news because Bronner's was without power for like an hour or two today. Apparently, downtown Frankenmuth lost power and they had to reroute it from another substation. So it was kind of awful and sad. So when I saw that, I'm like, hey, Aaron, we still have power, right? Yes. Good. But yeah, Christmas is coming. I'm getting really pumped, really excited. I can't wait for Christmas. But first we have Halloween. I have made a decision. You guys can hate me for this. I don't care. I know a lot of people are probably going to go, why are you making this decision? This will be the last year I will do and have anything to do with Halloween. I have come to the decision that after this year, I am no longer going to do anything related to Halloween. I'm not going to get dressed up. I'm not going to get decorated or anything like that. If I do anything, any special events, they're going to be all harvest related, not Halloween. And I made this decision after praying, and because you guys know how important my faith is. I made this decision after praying, after reading stuff online, and a lot of Christians can celebrate Halloween and just look at it as a day of fun. But for me, I can't exactly do that. There's so much stuff at Halloween that invokes evil, that screams of evil. You have the witches, you have the zombies, you have the ghosts, you have costumes of Hollywood serial killers, of real serial killers, of pretend serial killers, of myths and legends, of devils and stuff like that. And I can't in good conscience. That's not me to begin with. I did Halloween a few years when I was younger, but that was more because of the kid thing. But as I grew up, I just started drifting more and more away from it. And like I said, this is the first year I'm not even going to be dressing up since I was like 23, 24 years old. So this has been 5 to 6 years that I haven't dressed up or done anything for Halloween besides watch haunted houses videos. That doesn't mean I'm not going to stop liking being scared. I like being scared. Some of the most popular movies have actually come from horror movies have come from two Christian directors who like using horror as a way to say that good will always triumph over evil. So horror is fun. I'm fine with horror. I mean, this isn't going to change who I am. I'm not going to stop liking dressing up in costumes or anything like that. I'm just not going to celebrate Halloween. I'm not even going to remark upon it or anything like that. I'm really just going to stick to like harvest stuff. Do harvest festivals, stuff like that. And it might change in the future. I might end up going to a church where they do a trunk or treat. But even trunk or treats are not really themed for Halloween. They're themed for harvest. They're called harvest trunk or treats. And they very rarely happen at Halloween. Most churches do trunk or treats before Halloween. So I know it's weird for me to say this, especially since I am working at a Halloween store. And I am going to be handing out candy on Halloween dressed in a costume. But this will be the last year I do anything like that. I've just made up my mind. Halloween is not who I am either spiritually or personally. Even as a kid, I never really got into the whole aspect of Halloween. I never really bought into it. And again, part of that is how I was brought up. So this is my last year, I'm just not that person that can go out and go, hey, Halloween. No, I can't do that. My family was always about the harvest and stuff, so. And like I said, being Lutheran, it's kind of hard to really do Halloween when you have Reformation Sunday is that weekend. I'm not kidding. Reformation Sunday this year, Reformation Sunday is the last Sunday of October because Reformation is actually October 31st. So, Reformation Sunday is the 29th. And there have been years where it has been Reformation Sunday has been October 31st, the actual date of Reformation, which is also the date of Halloween. So that makes it hard for Lutheran kids when the churches are celebrating this holiday, the day that Martin Luther posted his 95 Theses, Reformation Sunday. It's hard to celebrate a secular holiday when at the same time you're celebrating a milestone, an anniversary in your faith. So that always made it hard because when it happened like that, I would go to church in the morning and then at night I'd be dressing up and going trick-or-treating. So I never really bought into it, My family was always kind of more conservative, more religious, and surprisingly, I have to laugh now at the way it's gone. Both of my parents are still Christians, but my mom has kind of moved more away from it. She still believes in God and all that. It's just like for her, there's bigger stuff now that she's more focused on. My dad, on the other hand, he has really die hard for it. He is more, he listens to Christian music. It's pretty much the only music he listens to is Christian music. His radio is always turned to Smile FM, same as my radio. I mean, when we went up to Mackinac, that was the only station we listened to because they added all these new stations, so we were able to bounce from station to station. So it's very interesting to see my parents. So I'm definitely more like my dad with my attitude towards my faith. I'm more into it and stuff like that. So I'm slowly even getting more into it now as I start looking at the secular stuff I want to kind of distance myself from. But don't worry, I'm still going to be the same bubbly Caitlin that loves everybody. I don't care. It's just that Halloween is going to be one of those things I'm not going to do anymore after this year. So I told one girl I work with Liz, and she got sad. She's like, oh, I'm not going to work with you next year. And I'm like, really? That's your takeaway from this is that I'm not going to work at a Halloween store next year because I'm opting out of it? A lot of people don't celebrate Halloween. And if you look at places like Europe, that Halloween is not a big deal over there. And that's another reason. My mom's family is European. Halloween was never really a big deal. So it was really my dad's side of the family that kind of got my brother and I into Halloween. or it's kind of expected that we would dress up. My dad's family's into it more than my mom is. So it's like, yeah. So after this year, no more Halloween for this girl, which is okay with me because I'm not so sure my costume. Like, my costume, I already know I'm going to put my hair up like this. I'm going to put my hair up. I'm going to have makeup on. I'm going to do my nails. And I got eyeliner because I wanted to do a design on my cheek to go with my costume. But I didn't want to spend a lot of money because I haven't used eyeliner in years. I've never actually owned eyeliner myself personally. I mean, I've told you guys my makeup routine when I put makeup on. It is eyeshadow, mascara, and lip balm. I don't have anything else. So I had to go out and buy eyeliner, and I spent $3 on e.l.f., and I already tested it, and my skin's fine with it. But I'm not sure how this is going to work, so I have to print out a stencil. It's this type of eyeliner in a little pot that you apply with a brush. And I'm not sure how this is going to work because all the tutorials I saw about doing this type of thing, they use the eyeliner pencils or pens, and those are like $4+, and I didn't want to spend that much on something I'm not probably going to use again. So I only really want to spend $9 to keep my costume's cost down. So my costume has cost me $3. My mom paid $9.09 for the one part of my costume I absolutely had to have. And everything else I already have. So have you guys figured it out yet? What I'm going to be for Halloween? Keep guessing. I'm not going to wear this shirt, though. I came up with a decision. I'm not going to wear this shirt. I have a different shirt I'm going to wear. Wait till you guys see. It's actually kind of cute. My mom is in love with it. That's the only reason why she's kind of okay with me doing this is because she thinks I'm freaking cute in my costume. Well, the part that she had to buy because I tried it on to show her, and she thinks I am freaking adorable, which is weird because my mom very rarely thinks I'm cute. But I put on the part of the costume she bought, and I went, Mom, look, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. So Mom liked my costume, so yay. So take a wild guess. It's something I love, something from nature, and something that other than needing the eyeliner and one other thing, I had everything here. So take a wild guess what it is. If anybody out there wants to guess. Changing gears, last night was the second episodes 3 and 4 of Rebels. I forgot the names of the episodes already. Shoot, I'm a bad girl. I'm a bad Star Wars fan. I forgot the names of the episodes. I gotta look them up. Sorry, you guys. I was so flustered after the whole power outage thing, but they were really cool episodes. It was really cool because, it was really the episodes where we saw the breakdown between Saw Gerrera and Mon Mothma. And what was really interesting is earlier that day while the power was out and I was trying to find stuff to do, I actually had been reading my Rogue One movie novelization, which I will find, and I will read to you guys the passage I found it. But it was really these two episodes based on the difference between how Saw Gerrera was, the difference between Saw as a rebel, and the difference between Mon Mothma as a rebel. Oh, it was called In the Name of the Rebellion, Part 1 and 2. And it was just interesting because I think what I really liked about the episode, no spoilers, was it showed Sabine and Ezra's attitude. Like, Sabine and Ezra, who don't really... Well, Sabine would have been born before the Empire took over because she's older than Ezra. But she really wouldn't have any memories of life when it was the Republic. So she and Ezra had, like, little to no memory of living under the Republic. Ezra especially because he was born on freaking Empire Day. So they know nothing, really remember nothing other than, like, pain and terror and just this tyranny that's so horrible and mistreatable. I mean, Ezra's just so desperate to get back to Lothal and free his people. So when Mon Mothma says they can't go and do that, he's really hurt and crushed. So we're just coming off of Sabine pretty much freeing Mandalore and getting everything set up for the Mandalorians to take back their planet from the Empire. So you have teenagers who are desperate and ready for change, and they're being told by the leaders, oh, we can't do this great huge change. We can't go in guns blazing because we aren't ready for that. And then you have Saw popping up and saying, hey, let's go ahead and do this, and it'll be great, and it'll be amazing. Look at what happened on Mandalore. It will be perfect. We're already at war. Don't sit there and say that we're not. And it's really just this breakdown because of the two different styles. And it was really awesome because in the second part, you see Sabine and Ezra going off with Saw and them seeing how Saw works firsthand. And it really was like, are we really on the right path or not? It was a really cool two-parter episode. I'm trying not to ruin it, but I want to find this passage in Rogue One, which I just read. Oh my gosh. Here it is, and I like it because it helps explain it further, so that's why I was thinking of it. It's from Draven's point of view, and it says, as an organization, the Rebel Alliance was held together more by external pressure than by internal bonds. Mon Mothma's almost pathological need to make political overtures toward peace, regardless of their success, was a poor match for General Jan Dodonna's policy of covert strikes that minimized attention from the Empire and its Senate. Dodonna's approach in turn, Dodonna's approach in turn was incompatible with Bail Organa's desire to rapidly intervene wherever Imperial atrocities occurred. Saw Gerrera had effectively withdrawn from the Alliance over strategic disagreements, but there were other council members who shared his more aggressive agenda. If not for the Empire's overwhelming strength, if not for the need for the rebels to work together to even survive, the Alliance would have fractured in a matter of months. That's from the Rogue One novel, and that is from the point of view of General Draven, who the passage later goes on and talked about how while they're fighting between themselves, trying to figure out what to do, how to act against the Empire, he's doing everything he can to keep the Alliance hidden and protected from the Empire. So that passage right there, I think, speaks a lot to last night's episode in how the early days of the rebellion, it was just such a vastly different ideology and ideas of how to work the rebellion between the main leaders, Mon Mothma, Senator Organa, and Dodonna, and then you had Saw who left, and then they say in the passage, but there were other members of the Rebellion Council that shared his same ideas. So it really shows how, in the book, that it was lucky that the Rebel Alliance was, even at that point, right before the Battle of Scarif, even just holding together. And if you watch Rogue One, you know that when Jen and Cassian come back with Baze, Tura, and Bodhi and K2, that Rebel Alliance almost crumbles and falls apart because of the revelation about the Death Star and what it can do. So it seems like by the time we get to A New Hope, it's a miracle after watching Heroes of the Rebellion and then reading that passage in Rogue One and watching Rogue One. It's a miracle that by the time you get to A New Hope, there's still actually a Rebel Alliance to fight the Empire. Because it seems like it does come really, really close to just imploding on itself. Because of how different everybody's opinions are. But here's the weird thing. If I hadn't read the Leia of Alderaan book and then read that passage in Rogue One, I never really thought about that Senator Organa was that much into action. And I've read the Clone Wars books he's in too. So I've always thought he was kind of more like Mon Mothma and Padme and like diplomacy and stuff like that. And then reading that, he's like, oh no, we're jumping into action to help people. I'm like, wow. Okay, he's awesome. I have so many role models from Star Wars and none of them are real. Except for Carrie Fisher. She is my role model in real life too, because she had to overcome all this all this stuff that happened to her, and she came out stronger and better for it in the end. So she is my role model. My mom doesn't like that when I say it. But anyone who goes through what she went through in her life and can come out better and stronger and swinging and kicking is definitely somebody I should look up to. So Rebels is awesome, and the next week's episode is titled, we have The Occupation and Flight of the Defender. I'm thinking Flight of the Defender is going to be in the second trailer. We saw Thrawn and Tarkin talking, and Tarkin told Thrawn his TIE Defender project is in danger because of Krennic pushing Stardust, which we all know about. And definitely last night's episode of Rebels was definitely a huge Rogue One call too. I was like, oh my gosh. I was freaking out because I'm like, ah! And then one of the Death Troopers was screaming. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But definitely, I think Flight of the Defender is going to be Thrawn trying to push his TIE Defender, which we first saw in season 3. That's when we first learned about Thrawn's secret weapons project is this new TIE Defender. And he's trying to push that as the weapon that will help the Empire. But you got Krennic in the background in secret pushing this planet killer codenamed Stardust. So it really is, it's really going to be an interesting episode, I think, Flight of the Defender. The other one is called The Occupation. I don't know, Wikipedia. Let's see if that one has an episode summary up yet. Yes, I am cheating. Don't shoot me. Well, actually, episode, season 4. I don't want to think about the final season. Occupation. Ezra and the Ghost crew are called back to Lothal when a new Imperial threat rises. Ooh, that sounds good. And then Flight of the Defender. Ezra and Sabine steal an Imperial prototype TIE fighter, but must rely on some unexpected help to escape from Thrawn. Oh, it looks like it has, it has episodes up to Rebel Assault. So the 7th episode is entitled Kindred, tracked back to their hidden base by a mysterious Imperial agent. The rebels must trust seemingly dangerous native creatures who are far more than meets the eye. Huh. Tracked back. That doesn't make any sense, really. Tracked back to their hidden base. Well, right now the rebels are on Yavin 4, which is where they are during A New Hope. But Tarkin doesn't know that because he has Leia tortured, and that's why he ultimately destroys Alderaan, is to make her disclose where the rebels' base is, and she says Dantooine, which is kind of funny because there's a comic in there, from a certain point of view. So, but there's this episode saying tracked back to their hidden base. Huh. That's interesting, because if the Imperial agent tracked them back to Yavin 4, I would have to think that he would have let the Empire know that he tracked them back to Yavin 4, but maybe they're still on Lothal, because it doesn't matter, maybe they're still on Lothal, because I think that might be the Empress. The rebels must trust seemingly dangerous native creatures. I'm thinking the wolves. That's what I'm thinking, reading that. Seemingly dangerous native creatures. I'm thinking that's the wolves. And if that's the case, then we know that Ezra and Kanan meet the wolves on Lothal, which makes me think that they're back on Lothal. So I don't think they're going back to Yavin 4. I think they're on Lothal to help Ryder and the rebels there. Then we have Crawler Commanders. Desperate to contact Rebel Command. Yeah, they're going to be on Lothal. Desperate to contact Rebel Command. Rebel Command is on Yavin 4, so they're still on Lothal. The Ghost crew pirates a mining vehicle with long-range communications gear, but the Empire arrives to spoil their plans. That's episode 8, and then episode 9 is titled Rebel Assault. Hera leads a courageous attack against Grand Admiral Thrawn's forces, but when things go awry, her battle to win becomes a daring escape if she is to survive. And again, that's hinted at in the second trailer for Rebels Season 4, when Thrawn orders his bodyguard assassin Rook to go capture Hera Syndulla. which makes me believe that Thrawn sees Hera as the biggest threat because she is kind of the glue that holds the crew together. That sound is so weak, but it's true. So that is the summary for the episodes after Heroes of the Rebellion, and Rebel Assault is set to air November 13th, which that's the only episode set to air, and then that's apparently as far as they've got scheduled for sure. And rumor is we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come right back and finish out the last six, because there's 15 episodes. So that means we'd have last six, and those would have to air, because rumor has it they're trying to wrap up Rebels before The Last Jedi comes out. So that would be like the first. That would be like, they would start airing them again like the 27th to do that. So that's actually really sad that we're almost to episode 9 because they're airing 2 episodes a night. I feel really sad that they're doing that, but that means that season 4 will come out on Blu-ray and DVD that much faster. So, but I'm sad because we're racing to the end. So, but I am glad to see that next Monday night we are going back to Lothal, because that has kind of been the end goal for Ezra. This entire series is just to get back to Lothal and free his people and free his home planet because of the Empire's tyranny and how they've been treating everybody. So I was really kind of sad when Mon Mothma told him last night that they couldn't go back to Lothal. So I'm really, really happy to see that next week, the first episode, they are going back to Lothal. And from the looks of it, we are going to stay on Lothal for the rest of the season, which is what I think Dave Filoni said was going to happen, was after the first few episodes, we were just going to go back to Lothal and wrap up Lothal. So hopefully it's good news. Hopefully, since the ghost was in Rogue One, Ezra, Kanan, Sabine, Hera, Zeb, and Chopper, and Rex, of course Rex, which we're pretty much 100%, pretty much 99% certain at this point, the Rex survives all the way to Return of the Jedi. But hopefully this means that our favorite crew of rebels, our favorite space family, is going to be alive through Rogue One. And from what I've seen, it does look like that the ghost does escape and is able to get away from Scarif before Darth Vader's crew shows up. So hopefully that means they're alive post Rogue One, and that they're just off doing other work for the rebellion. It doesn't solve the problem of what Yoda and Obi-Wan mean when they call Luke the last of the Jedi, but I just want to know that up to a certain point the crew survives. Even if that means that Kanan and Ezra aren't really considered Jedi by Obi-Wan and Yoda, which makes no sense because technically Yoda did knight Kanan in the form of the Inquisitor, and he contacted Kanan and Ezra, so he knows that there's 2 other kind of quasi-Jedi out roaming the galaxy. Star Wars, you keep giving me headaches, and I love it because you just keep giving me puzzles to figure out. I feel like I have like 10 questions that are answered, but I have 20 more that go unanswered. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, I want to go watch Rebels Recon. So that is it for me. I am wrapping up this vlog today. I'm so sorry you guys did not get one posted today. I will post this tomorrow as soon as I can. And I don't know how often I will be posting this week, simply because I am working 9:30 to 4 every single day except for yesterday and Sunday. I'm going to be so exhausted by the time this week is over. I'm just going to want to go to bed. So I'm definitely skipping church again on Sunday. I feel so bad. But I will just want to sleep in. It's like, I want bed. So, I'm going to get going. This is Caitlin, the Machine Girl, sending you lots of love, hugs, and prayers. Stay safe. Stay sane. I'll see you guys soon. And as always, may the Force be with you. Bye.